The Commerce Commission's draft report into building supplies has found what many Kiwis already know. A lack of competition is driving up prices.
The report has also highlighted the widespread use of rebates or incentives to ensure client loyalty. Here's political reporter Imogen Wells.
First, it was petrol. Second, it was supermarkets. And now our multi-billion-dollar building sector's gone under the Commerce Commission's microscope. The watchdog releasing its draft report into building supplies to find out if we're getting a fair deal. Its conclusion, not really.
We found that competition isn't working as well as it could.
Which Jeremy Wang says isn't anything new. He's been importing alternative products for nearly 2 decades.
It's definitely an unfair playing field.
So the Commerce Commission's come up with 8 recommendations, ranging from adjusting our regulatory systems for better product access to removing covenant clauses tying people to certain materials. And there's one recommendation that's piqued the government's interest the most.
This is one of the recommendations that we will be watching with a great deal of interest.
That recommendation around rebate schemes used by some of the sector's biggest players to lock in loyalty. They could be cashback bonuses for purchasing in bulk or all expenses paid trips for continued custom. The report says that's limiting competition.
We had our board in some of the bigger chain stores, and then all of a sudden they said, no, we can't stock your board. And I believe that's because of the rebate system.
What this report is laid bare some of the practices that could be contributing and undoubtedly are contributing to why it is so difficult for new entrants to enter the market.
The government's not planning on taking any action now. Instead, it's waiting for the final report due in December. So, in the meantime, it's asking industry players to think about their actions.
There are some clear signals for people in the sector to think about their behaviour, to review their behaviour explicitly in some cases.
The Government Minister should be right over the top of these and not hoping that a single report is going to solve stuff and people are going to start behaving better.
Just a telling off for now, but the industry put on notice.
Well, OK, Imogen, when are we going to see some action taken?
Well, that final report from the Commerce Commission isn't due back until December 6th this year, which is very close to when Parliament then shuts down for summer. So don't expect to get the government's response to it, including the actions it will then take, until around early next year, possibly as late as March. That being said, what the past 2 market studies have taught us, the ones into fuel and supermarkets, is that these reports are seen as warning shots. We've seen key players make their own moves to tidy their own acts up before the government forces them to.
Imogen, thanks so much.